gravity turn, is it? But yeah, we'll just turn a little bit here. Oh yeah, that's right. It's stock. I can just keel right over and it's not going to stall me. I miss far, but there is a certain liberty in it. There we go. So what's our apoapsis? I'm just kind of curious. 193,000. You know, you can get a heck of an altitude doing this, can't you? So we're really going to go up here, and we're going to come down pretty Mercury style here, just right through the atmosphere. Um, oh, streaming software, yes. OBS Studio. It is not the standard OBS, and I had to get it out of the Arch user repository as OBS-studio-git. But it is available, and even if you're not on it, you can compile it yourself if if you're the kind to be on Linux and to be trying to stream with alpha software. But other than the lack of chroma keying and some other the little browser plugin thing would be great to have. But the fundamentals are there. It's pretty good. Well, Jacob Worth, why not? Hey, Mator, how's it going? The new icons on the left of the nav ball. Oh, yes, no problem. Well, we've got plenty of time as we hit apoapsis here. Okay, so what we've got is, if you've ever used MechJeb at all, there's Smart ASS. This is pretty much that. Stability Assist, that's literally your SAS here when I toggle it on or off. This is your default Stability Assist. This would be target, like for a node, this would help burn towards a node, but we don't need that because we don't have nodes yet. This is prograde, this is retrograde, and actually I'll show you here. Let's just acknowledge these guys. There, thank you. Okay, yeah, we're all out of everything. Look at the electric charge. I have most of it right now, right? SAS is draining it, but very slowly. Now let me turn on point at prograde. And I have to keep track. I have to switch retrograde as we come down. Well, yeah, have to. You can see it's dropping fast. It was really dropping much faster before. Why is that? Oh, my, my engine was on. No. Well, that's funny. It was draining much quicker on my other ship. Why? Maybe he gained another level? I don't know. Anyway, this does use electrical charge. So there we go. Ah, XSplit. Yes, because yeah, no, there isn't one on Linux. I would like XSplit. It costs money, which I probably don't have because I'm very poor right now. But I'm pretty sure there's no XSplit for Linux. This is pretty much what we have. Hey, thanks, Vogler. I really appreciate that. Informative and well, yeah. I mean, I kind of like the using Linux. I will be playing other games at some different points in time that aren't Linux. Get up to the apoapsis. But I think I'm mostly planning on doing Kerbal Space Program. But I will do a few other games, but I don't even have Windows. So every game I play will be available on Linux. I thought that'd be interesting for people, maybe especially Linux users, since we've gotten so many games this year and a fair number last year too. But really, this year has been ridiculous on all the games we've gotten. I just got Civ 5 and I just got Borderlands 2, and they are great. And although I probably won't stream Civ 5 because the games are like 6 hours long, but other than that, yeah, Borderlands 2 I might actually stream, maybe some Minecraft at some point, mostly Kerbal Space Program, but they will all, every last one of them, be Linux games, largely from Steam, but I'm gonna laugh. But if you guys who might remember this, I was thinking, maybe a little for lulz, but at some point I wouldn't mind streaming Zork. It's an old text adventure game. I wonder if people would have a little fun with, you know, as a group trying to figure out how to do things. Yes, and thanks to Matt in some ways that I got Borderlands 2. I wasn't too sure, I mean, so hey, Speed, how's it going? Wasn't too sure about whether I should get Borderlands 2 or not, but I'm very glad I did. So now we're pointing retrograde. I'm just going to keep the engine. Doesn't matter, it's empty. Matt, that's not a bad idea at all. That's actually a great idea. We could kind of both even stream it at the same time. That would be good. Unless you meant Civ, in which case I don't know if I have 6 hours. Hey, Zeke McPhee. I probably have missed a couple. Let's see, who do we have here? I've missed, what's that? Heldorado, Blondie9997, and Micro Twitch Witch. Thanks for the follows, people. I appreciate it. Wow, look at them all. 142 for my third stream. I am really happy about that. 142 people after my third stream. I consider myself lucky not to spend the first couple of weeks talking to myself with absolutely nobody watching, and that has not happened. So I love the KSP community. Great support. My specs, Mike. Well, let's see. I have FX 6300 AMD 6-core CPU, AMD GTX 560 video card, which is pretty old now. Let's face it, right? Am I out of power? No. Hold on. Why am I not turning? Oh, because my cursor was probably out of the window. Yeah, that'll do it. Um, let's see. Yeah, GTX 560 NVIDIA card, which has been beautiful. I mean, it plays things like a champ. Look at this too. I mean, it's an old card, but I don't think we're not getting any stutters. Everything's in the green. It's a small ship, and I can make it stutter when I start putting Astronomer's Pack and making large ships. Trust me. Yeah, MT Shaw. It was an AMD FX 6300. Yeah, FX 6300. It's a 6-core processor at about 3.5 gigahertz. It's pretty good. 16 gigs of RAM and a 5:4 aspect ratio CRT monitor, a SyncMaster 950B by Samsung. If you want lols, look that up. That thing is super old, but actually, thanks to, as I said earlier, Lanyard 1 is actually sending me a 22-inch LCD just like that. Found out I needed one, and now I get it. Alright, I'm just going to lose this before we hit the atmosphere. Yeah, I mean, imagine that. So I have a CRT, but I will have an LCD. You guys really, I'm playing on what I consider a postage stamp right now. What do you, there we go, the IPers got it. Thanks, IPer. Moderators. I guess it's self-serving to say that, but dang it, I appreciate them. And, yep. So we're coming back down and we're going to get some serious flames. Look at that orbital velocity. Yeah, AMD and Linux. Oh, it works great though. I mean, and in fact, the Microsoft compilers that people are always compiling with are optimized heavily for Intel. So Windows users tend to find, at least last I checked, and this might be a little old, that they have, ooh man, I'm really going, hold on, that their code runs slower than they'd like. But actually on Linux, AMD is pretty competitive with Intel. I mean, dollar, it's pretty cheap. Okay, we're getting down to about 200 meters per second. Let's pop it now. How's that? Did that work? Yeah, that worked. Would you please show me if it's in the game? Let's see. Oh, part highlighting. Ah, yes. Okay, it is. Oh, wait. I had SAS still on, silly me. Here we go. See, part highlighting. Does the cool glow. It does work. Oh, gee, the whole string and everything gets. Let's scroll wheel back and light up it. I really do like that. That is awesome. All right, so it's pretty much opened. I didn't see how many G's I pulled there, but Ubuntu won't boot right on that, really? Well, the CPU should be fine. 8 gigs, GTX 760. That's very strange. Maybe something with your motherboard? I don't know. Mine has been 100% problem free. And as far as I know, yeah, and a GTX 760 should be quite well supported. I know lots of people running that, and I can guarantee the FX 6300 works on the Linux kernel in general. I have no idea why it won't boot right then. You can always try Arch. I do like it. You know, people make a lot about Arch being difficult, but it's not actually that hard. If you can read instructions, there's the rub, right? Find a way in code to activate that on a specific part. Let me know. I will do so. So here we go. I can just warp down a little bit. I know I'm talking more than playing in some ways, but what the heck? I'm enjoying myself, right? Here we go. Believe, yes. Stars Omar and Tankster are some new follows. Thanks a lot, guys. I super appreciate it. Every follower is precious to me at the moment, so that's great. We already got an EVA here last time. I should have gotten a crew report, but let's just get no science. Okay? No science left in crew reports, people. Recover a vessel. And there we go. We got 1.3 science, not much. 877 funds. Was it 85.9? So the problem is we keep dropping our parts. I'm used to deadly reentry. My ships are usually made that way. Yeah. Ooh, two different hard drives. Yeah, so your problem is probably in the way you're setting things up, partition-wise and so on. Especially if you have, was it GPT partitions and secure boot? No, not secure boot. I can't remember the name. What is it? Not the BIOS, but the new stuff. But yes, it could be PEBCAC. Could be a problem somewhere. I don't know, but it should work on that system. It's probably more of a problem with the disk than the. I'm pretty sure I could get it to boot for you, certainly on Arch. But there we go. Landed at Launchpad. Debris. I hope I didn't damage this thing. So there's our debris. We can recover that, I guess. Here, do we have more? Yes. This is interesting. You can see it with the little flags. There we go. We've gotten all our debris. We have 23.4 science. Do we have enough for that? Whoop, nope, we don't want to do that. Don't want to go to the science. We want to see if we have enough for this. Let's see. 20. Yes! We have enough. 20 science. So now we can have this gimbaling engine and saw a bigger solid fuel booster and separatrons. Excellent. So there we go. This is our tree now. Oh, I don't know about that, Gav. I'm I wouldn't say I moderate tons more than iPair. iPair. I like the way I just pronounced that. iPeer. Gav. Yeah, iPeer is there with Shimmy, and he's there in KSP TV. And as you can see, he's actually totally helping out here, which iPeer, I appreciate it. You know, I mean, as I said, a bit self-serving in a sense, but I really appreciate mods when I'm moderating, if I'm in a channel, and especially if you actually volunteer to moderate in my channel. It's just really an honor to have people volunteer to help you out, and I know people, they don't do it just for the streamer. Why do I do it? I do it for the community and the wonderful streamers we have. I mean, really, KSP TV, all those streamers, and the community. It's you guys are definitely worth it in my book. So I've extended this certainly for since we got that raid, but I was voluntold to moderate here. Oh well, I certainly appreciate it, but as I said to just about everybody I slash modded there, you're not actually there is no obligation, and anyway, you can't. It's a volunteer thing, right? So, well, Mike, perhaps, but I don't know if it works like that. Actually, I would have to say it's a volunteer position you never volunteer for. Because anybody who actually wants to be a moderator either has no idea what they're getting themselves into or is just totally clueless about it because if you knew what was involved, oh, it's fun sometimes. It's worth it. I do it. I like helping people. I'm not saying there's no good reason to want to be one, but honestly, it's more fun just sitting back and chat and just being one with everyone and having fun. That's my opinion. So, I'll probably wrap up relatively soon, but is there anything you guys actually wanted to see? I'll have to find it, but I could show off. Yeah, sure. It, it changes a man or woman. So, I could look at the biomes. Let's see if we can find where to turn that on. The biomes visible on map. Yeah. So if you guys haven't seen it, some people probably have seen this already. Uh, 4KB may have shown it off. I know Tanuki definitely showed it off, and probably a whole bunch of other people. But here's Kerbin, and oh, look at that. Locations, Uman's Gap. Electron. So that's some companies, huh? I really, I mean, you guys will be learning about this not far after me. Terrabine. Very cool. So, let's see. KSC is right here. Here's the island. Okay, Shores is here. There's mountains. Cool. A co-owner on a server, Minecraft server. It sucks. Oh yes. Well, the transfer thing has been actually in the game. I believe you should have it now in 0.25 when you click on the hatch. See, now you do have it, but you have to earn it. I believe that the transfer is one of the first upgrades at the. I'll have to see. We can take a look. But oh yeah, well, there's one guy I watch, a Minecraft guy, who does a follower server, Mongoose Gaming, I believe, that I don't mind watching. He's really good at the admin thing, and it's fun to kind of watch. Uh, but boy, it's a lot of trouble. People come in to do some very stupid and destructive things for absolutely no good reason, and they spend an hour griefing, and he spends about 5 minutes tops investigating and rolling it back, and that's on a long day. So there you go. Let's see, can I get to the other planets? Well, the moon isn't really worth it much yet, but let's see here. Duna I'm quite interested in. I always ran with custom biomes, so I had them already anyway. But these ones are beautiful and official, done by Tanuki. So here is Duna. As you can see, I can't tell what the biome is, but we have obviously the North Polar Cap, the South Polar Cap. Looks like they're kind of the same biome, so must be polar caps. Big zone here. It's a little, you can't see the surface very well, so it's hard to see the actual Oh, look at Ike. Wow. Looks like a clown. Ike. It's okay. I like it. Tab key? Oh, yes. Yeah, right. So Zisto, yes. Zistonian has become a kind of adjective for me. Wow, that craft is rather Zistonian. He was kind of fun to watch. I don't know if I'd emulate him having Ferrum Aerospace and Deadly Reentry, but wow. So here it is, and okay, what do we have next? Dress, or Drez? I always say Drez, it's probably Dress. So, wow, there's actually a fair number of them. Look at that. Craters, these kind of mountain. Yeah, definitely looks like impact craters. It's a little hard to tell. Kind of a polar region, another polar region. And this side here is pretty pink, but then pretty blue over here. Interesting. So, Dres is less boring than it was. Yeah, Dres, yeah. Lava buckets. Oh boy, Minecraft and lava buckets. Uh, I just I just installed a whole bunch of stuff. I actually upgraded my here we go, let's go. No, nothing here. I just upgraded my server so I can have plugins now without the vanilla one. So now I have Core Protect and World Guard and stuff like that. That helps a lot, but you kind of still have to look at things and roll them back yourself, huh? So here, a little less interesting on that front, but and the polar areas. Yep, two little polar areas. Leif. There it is. Val. Oh, look at all that. Look at that. That's interesting, though. I like this. So you have these craters and then the rim. Well, I don't know what these things are, but this is interesting. Blue mostly. These are kind of mountainous, it looks like. Some kind of plains and maybe a rim around it. Val is very cool. Very cool. Ah, yes, definitely different biomes. And where are we? Tylo! Ooh, Tylo. Look at all those excuses to punish yourself trying to land on Tylo. Haha, look at that. This is great stuff, though. I've been waiting for biomes. Seriously, Uh, I'm sure you guys all have to some degree. I love the moon, and I love Minmus, but you can only grind it so long before you get really bored with it. So having, custom biomes before really helped. I could go off and maybe do some Duna landings, maybe go to Iker Gilly first, stuff like that. Easy to land on places and easy to take off. So there it is, Vol, and this place has some interesting stuff on it. If I won't be spoiling, just at this point, I won't start spoiling any of the anomalies, but there's a rather interesting anomaly here. Bop, 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 bop. What can you say about Bop? I'll say this. People keep calling Ike the troll moon, but this is the real troll moon. Alright, Ike gets in your way all the time. The moon does a bit, but Ike is really bad with this huge sphere of influence. But this thing, look carefully. This is there to teach newbies that you should always go to the wiki and check the maximum elevation of mountains on a planet or moon before you visit it, because 25-kilometer peaks, come on, like if you don't check, how many of you would have had orbits that were 25 kilometers or less? Oh yes, well, gotta bring in the South Park reference. Kick the baby. So these ones are a little more granular, but it's not that large. So Paul, I love Paul. This will give me excuses to go there. Sorry. Yeah, that was bad, I know. But this here's Paul. Kind of a bumpy place, but I love the surface of it. I'll have to put up some image galleries of some of the things I've done. But Paul has these little spikes. Make sure if you go to Paul, actually turn it on anyway, unless your PC is really poor. Ground scatter. The ground scatter, well, you'll be able to go see it. See you, Leaky Newt. I appreciate it. Alright, so next, Elu. I love the little. Can almost tell how they were drawn, but yeah, this will be a really interesting. So imagine if you were to land here, you get access to this biome, this biome, this biome, and this biome with not too much mobility, not too much needing to move around. It's not too bad. Great stuff. Yep. Yep. There we go. Now we're, well, no biomes there. Moho! Big kind of flat. Guess it would be a mare kind of arrangement. Bit of a meteor pockmarked bombardment. Another couple. That's interesting. Who knows where the mohole is? Honestly, I've never been. We'll have to do a trip to the mohole. Although I've probably played this game somewhere around maybe 2,000 hours. Um, there's still so much to do. I've been around Moho. No, I don't think I've ever landed on it. The first place ever went was Drez. No, not sleep, Antisha. Well, sleep well. I appreciate you coming. Really do appreciate you coming. All right, guys. So next is Eve. This I know Tanuki spent a long time. I think she's particularly proud of Eve, perhaps, with the what was she calling it? The explodium seas. Well, I'll have to go there, but look at all those biomes. And do you know how hard it's going to be to get to all those biomes, land and return? Very difficult. The If you don't mind stranding Kerbals, you could probably drop a science lab on the surface. You couldn't necessarily grab this stuff very easily right here. Well, maybe it's the same biome as this. Well, anyway, these biomes where you don't, yeah, it'd probably take you. I'm just saying it's possible with a rover, with enough solar panels and everything, uh, and a science lab, you could milk most of it without even having to take off. So I suppose you could. Quite frankly, I'm probably going to leave this off for a little while, but I have never been to even and taken off again. So yeah, Paul is pretty. It is. Yeah, exactly. A new colony. And in fact, I was thinking of colonizing stuff, and well, we'll see. I mean, right now I don't have any mods, but I'll be adding them back in slowly but surely after this is in full release, of course. So MKS OKS is definitely one of the mods that I intend to run, and even if I don't use TAC Life support, I may not, I probably won't. Great mod though it is. I would like to make some bases off at Jewel. I'd like to do kind of a Duna Direct. How about like making a nice base at Duna? And I love that. It's just like when I first went with the rover to the moon. I tell you, I was there as if I was the actual astronauts. Not quite, but you know, definitely, got me into the spirit of it. And well, Mars, Duna is very similar to Mars. How many of us would love to go to Mars? A lot of people would go if it was one way, apparently. I'd probably be one of them, but I wouldn't go to die. I'd go if I was well supported and had a good colony that was going to be set up and so on. But no matter what else you do in your life, nothing would ever be as important as that. You'd be known throughout history as one of the first people to go and live on Mars. Imagine that. That's an immortality that most of us will never achieve. And probably not me, unfortunately. I'm too old for that. So, here's that silly gilly moon because, you know, it has an escape velocity of about 35 meters per second. So in other words, if you had a cannon or had to throw a rock or hit a golf ball, you would have to hit it so it achieves a velocity of 35, a little over 35 meters per second. And if you did that, it would be gone. It doesn't mean you have to achieve that speed with a rocket because people don't seem to know this. You could burn longer and probably take more delta V and so on, but you could go with a lower thrust and just keep moving further and further. Eventually, of course, you would leave the sphere of influence in real life, I mean, and in KSP. So there it is, back to Kerbin, and that's our little tour. I hope actually I didn't do the moon, but in case you've never seen that and Minmus, let's just do them. You guys who've played this at all probably know these biomes already pretty darn well. So there's the moon, the twin craters. I even know some of the names. This is probably what far. This is probably the far side canyons, poles. Oh, and you know what? If you're gonna do the moon, go look for the monoliths and the other anomalies. there, and there's one anomaly south of a big crater, and it's buried almost completely, and it took me well over an hour to find it, and I was right next to it practically. So have fun with that one, but there's some really great ones there, and I won't tell you what they are other than like, okay, there's monoliths, everybody knows that probably. But yep, and then the last one, Minmus. Minmus. There we go. Bit smaller so you can kind of see the granularity of the map a little bit, I think there, yes. But, all all the flats, all the different kinds of flats. I assume the names are still the same, right? What was it? There's lesser flats, flats, great flats, greater flats. Did I say just straight flats? Yeah, there's a lot of flats. And if you're a newbie, I think you should definitely land in the flat areas. They're at zero altitude from sea level, so your altimeter will read zero when you're hitting the ground. Well, you might be a meter or two or more above the ground because it'll count from your center of gravity. But that makes it a lot easier when you're like, oh, the ground is 500 meters closer than I thought. If you're going to land anywhere, I know you have to negotiate the inclination change, but I think it's worth it if you're going to land. This is much easier to land on than the moon. So, lesser, great, yeah, great minor flats. We need more flats. We need all the flats. It does look kind of chaotic. I guess it's all this stuff in the mountains. It's probably like highlands, midlands, and lowlands, and slopes, and they kind of intermingle a whole lot, don't they? And the poles, and I remember this vaguely. Here we go. Let me just check here. Okay. There's people chatting up a storm here. Alright, I'm certainly going to miss things in Skype, guys, but I'm definitely watching the actual official stuff. So, okay. Well, folks, I guess that's probably our show for today. So I really appreciate everybody showing up. Thanks to 4KB for the raid. And we also have all sorts of people here. Let me get back in the chat here. We have there's all sorts of people here. Let me see here. We have all sorts of great streamers here that I really enjoy watching. We have Matt. Let me see here. There we go, Matt. Make sure to watch and follow Matt. We have let's see here. I saw some other people that I know. If I don't mention you when you stream, I'm sorry. I know some people, and I'm mostly calling out friends, and I'm certainly not going to call everybody out here, but Fleet Admiral J is great. There we go. Thanks for showing up, Fleet. I appreciate it. And yes, I know I'm in your chat all the time. I have more, what was it? Boombucks than anybody else. And, I wouldn't be in your chat signed in all the time if it wasn't somewhere I intended to hang out a lot. Unfortunately, keep streaming when I'm either moderating or on the weekends during the day when I'm still sleeping because I'm kind of mid-late shift for moderating. So I'd love to catch you more, but I rarely do. But definitely, definitely watch them. I'm just gonna keep going through a little bit here. I'm certainly gonna miss people here, but of course I've already plugged 4KB Short. Do watch 4KB Short. He is awesome. Really, really enjoy him. We have No Mr. Bond here as well, who does a few interesting mod things and is generally a cool guy. Who else here do we have actually currently watching who streams? Oh, Wallalau! I remember, glad you showed up. Yeah, he was actually, I believe, my first follow ever. So, awesome that you're here tonight. Well, I think that's what we have. Oh, let's see here. And we have all sorts of people. I'll just not prolong this massively long as I call out everybody under the sun. But hopefully hit follow on KSP TV. I hope you've hit follow on me. Should be doing all sorts of interesting things in this career save. And well, we'll see. I'll just continue this once it's released. Uh, let's embarrass him further then. No. But yeah, I mean, we have. Let's see. Okay, well that's about all I'm seeing right now at the moment. But Tanuki Chow and Shimmy the JJ, Beard Power. So and Lanyard One, I want to give him special thanks. He's actually probably sleeping or working or generally not here. I'm sure I don't think he even knows I stream because it's not exactly something I'm going to announce in somebody's channel because it's really rude, right? And I'm not a rude person on purpose. All right, guys. Well, I guess I need to wrap it up. So, let's see. Yeah. Whee! Me flying all over the screen. I love OBS. It's kind of cool, isn't it? And I have a specific screen for this, don't I? Really? Okay, I don't have an outro screen here. I have an AFK. I have an offline. I have a technical difficulties, but I don't have a good night. Thanks for coming. So, I'm just going to end it. I will click stop streaming about 5 seconds after the last word that I use. But first, thanks everyone who showed up. Seriously, love you all, KSP community, in my channel. It's been an honor having you all. So, goodbye. 4, 3.